स्वं बोधमात्रं परिशुद्धतत्त्वं विज्ञाय संघे नृपवच्च सैन्ये तदात्मनैवात्मनि सर्वदा स्थितो विलापय ब्रह्मणि विश्वजातम्।
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल।
ऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः हरिः ओम। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थानामगोचरम् लक्ष्यार्थवपुषं वन्दे शङ्करं देशिकं गुरुम्। अपार सच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। हृदयकुहरमध्ये केवलं ब्रह्ममात्रं ह्यहमहमिति साक्षादात्मरूपेण भाति हृदि विषमनसा स्वं चिन्वता मज्जता वा पवनचलनरोधात् आत्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्। In our Swadhyaya Yajna, we have been contemplating on Shankara Bhagavad-pada's Vivekachudamani. After speaking about all the prerequisites necessary for Atmajnanam, now Bhagavan Shankaracharya has brought the subject to a state where the disciple is approaching Guru, and very poetical picture. Then first he spoke about how should be the Guru. simply a person cannot declare himself as Guru in the tradition, in the parampara. So this is a very traditional book. I have to again and again repeat this because so many Westerners are here. So the language is completely traditional. So Shankaracharya here gives the sign, the attributes, the qualification expected traditionally from the Acharya. And the first lakshana is he should be a perfect knower of the Shastra, Shrotriya, Shruti, Upanishad. Then Avrjinaha, absolutely pure, sinless. Akamahataha, unaffected by desires. Brahmaviduttamaha, supreme knower of Brahman. Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami in his commentary says, if the person is a supreme knower of Brahman, all other qualities will be there. So Brahmaviduttamaha, not only that, Brahmani uparata shantah. Brahmani uparataha means he has withdrawn himself in Brahman. That is, when he not only when he is giving the teaching to the disciple, at other times also you can observe him about Bhagavan. Cohen in his Guru Ramana says, there was no time when Bhagavan was not in Samadhi. That Samadhi is not mere absorbed state, absorption, outer absorption, but you can know that there is constant abidance. So this Atmanishtha is expected. This Atmanishtha, Brahmani uparataha, one who has withdrawn into that great Vishranti. You can see he is in absolute rest. Restfulness, Vishranti. Shankaracharya says in his Yogataravali, that is the sign of a Brahmavit, that Vishranti, restfulness. Shantah, and you can feel peace, that Shanti. And that is not imagined peace. There is no Vasana in that Shanti. There is no Vasana in that Maunam. So Nirindhana, no fuel for again the fire to burn. Nirindhana iva analaha. Aheituka daya sindhu. He is without any motive, without any expectation, pouring forth compassion, daya. And what is daya here expected? It is giving himself completely, giving the teaching without any reservation, in the way the disciple can receive it. So his very existence is daya. Not that daya or karuna is something like you give some money to a beggar, not like that. In fact, when we give money to a beggar, we are almost humiliating him. It is not real daya. He also will feel the way people are giving him, he will feel humiliated. Oh, I have been put into this state. But when Guru is giving, he is giving you the greatest glory, that you feel that you are one with him. You feel that you are also Brahman, you are also Atma for the time being. So the greatest credit is given to a person by Vedanta Shastra. About 20 years back, I was in Mumbai for a Bhagavata Saptaham. So, no, not Mumbai, Delhi. So there, somebody wanted to take an interview. So first one small interview came in Times of India. After that, again they came Then I told, I don't want. It's not needed. It's unnecessary distraction, I don't want it. So that person asked me, so you are averse to fame? Yes, you don't want fame. I said, who don't want fame? Everybody likes fame. But I don't want to humiliate myself, because Upanishads has given me the greatest fame, that I am the supreme Brahman. That is my true nature. Instead of that, if I tell him I am born here, I studied this, I did that, it is bringing me down. So the real thing is, Shruti gives you the greatest glory. So that is Karuna. That Jnanam is Karuna. That Kripa, that Jnanam is Karuna. And he is Bandhu, relative, means one who is there when you want help, the right way. And he is there to put you in such a state that you don't need any help. Getting help from others also is a humiliation. So you are in such a state that you don't need anything. That state he puts you. So Bandhuhu Anamatam, one who has surrendered to him, is a Bandhu. Satam. If you get such a guru, what should I do? What should a person do? Shankaracharya says, now only one thing, worship that guru. How? Put flowers, bring a bucket full of water, pour it on his head, and the guru will run away seeing this disciple, right? So, tam aradhya guru. How to worship the guru? To worship the guru, see, it depends upon the disciple. See, if the disciple is Shastra Mukha, they say three kind of disciples. One is Shastra Mukha disciple, one is Atma Mukha disciple, and the third one is Guru Mukha disciple. If the disciple is Shastra Mukha disciple, the disciple has only one thing to do, learn the Shastra from Guru. And if the disciple is Atma Mukha disciple, the Guru gives him the teaching of his real nature, he gets established in the self, he has nothing to do. No duality, he just moves away from that. Guru, in Odivelodukam, Kanagama always used to quote this. The teacher gave teaching to the disciple, you are that. And disciple lingers there and asks, what can I do for you? And the Guru says, go forth without turning back. Don't disturb me. This is the thing. Because you have already established there, go forth. Don't have any duality. So this is Atma Mukha. And Guru Mukha. Guru Mukha is the disciple, for him, his sadhana is Guru Aradhana. So for him, Guru is important, neither Shastra nor even Atmanishta, not bothered. It will come to him. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsarad Achirad Bhavamukta. For such a person, serving the Guru, looking after every details, everything, he stays with the Guru. Guru Mukha, Shishya, he stays with the Guru. So this is the three kind. So according to the state of the disciple, he should worship the Guru. Either by Atmadhyana he worships, or by studying the Shastra you worship, or by serving he worships. So tamaradhya gurum bhaktya prahva prashraya sevanaihi prasannam tam anuprapya. It's a general statement when the Guru has the mood to teach. That means Guru is also mood off many times. Sometimes, he is absorbed in samadhi and once in a while he wakes up ready, available to you. Such Guru will be there, no? So the Guru either is in that samadhi or is reading the Shastra or sometimes Pranavanishta, or prefers to be alone with if he is not like that, he is available, ready to teach you, then make use of it completely. Then prahva prashraya sevanaihi, when he is ready to answer you, that yesterday we told that itself is an art. When to ask and what to ask. In Mahabharata, Bhishma, that old man, great university, he is lying on his deathbed. Then Krishna says to all the Pandavas, to Dharmaputra, he says, the cow, the udder is full of milk. Go and milk it. It is full of milk. Abundant milk is there. Go and ask. Go and knock. Then you will get. So you should know. And the person is lying in a bed of arrows. There he gives such elaborate teaching of the Vedanta Shastra. That portion is called Moksha Parva. You read, you get liberated. The Moksha Parva. And this teaching he gives while lying in Sharashaya. Each cell of his body is being pricked, penetrated by arrows. In such a state, the body is full of pain. In that pain, he, with prasanna, very pleasant, he gives the teaching. So that is Vedanta. So, Priched, you ask the teacher. But the teacher should be fully available. That is one quality that Shankaracharya expects. Otherwise, there are teachers like Janaka who are kings. There are teachers like those who are doing some other work. Shankaracharya, traditionally, he prefers the teacher should be a person who is absolutely free from all other worldly activities. Other than teaching and his own spiritual state, practice or anything, anushtana or anything. No other work. Such a teacher is expected traditionally. Spiritually, you can find some other kind of masters also. They will be working in world and they can help you spiritually. That is different. But Vedanta Shastra, Brahmani Uparataha, Shantaha, nothing. Bhagavan used to say, Paniledu Vadu. In Telugu used to say, no work, workless fellow. Shombi, lazy fellow. Alasya Dhurina, Ashtavakra Samhita, Ashtavakra says, king of lazy people. So, such a no work to do, nothing to do. Such, and he is available. See, Bhagavan 24 hours was available. He was fully available. Swami Chidananda once gave a talk about Aurobindo and Bhagavan. And in that talk he said, Aurobindo was not at all available. Twice in a year you can have his darshan from distance. That's all. But you can constantly write to him. He will give you reply. He will give you guidance. Everything they used to ask him and offer everything to ashram, and very big setup was there. Here in Tiruvannamalai, no setup, no place to stay, nothing. Bhagavan is 24 hours available, but you cannot break that silence and go to him. Not that easy. Not that easy. You can just walk and ask question even Paul Brenton, such a journalist, he took 3 days to ask a question. He said the problem with him is he is not a person whom you feel, with whom you can talk in equal terms. He is so simple, so available, but when you go near him, you feel he is not a person with whom you can talk in equal terms. So, for transcending that, it took 3 days. Then natural silence of Bhagavan. And third problem is you go to him, you forget your questions. That is the third problem. So, these were all there. So, all these great Mahatmas, they have the power to make you forget also. Forget the non-essential things. In Mahabharata, not connected to Vedanta, I'm just remembering, this Karna, he was keeping a very powerful weapon to attack Arjuna. But Arjuna has an armor. What is that armor? It is Krishna, who is sitting in front and driving the chariot. So the problem with Karna is, Duryodhana will go to Karna and tell him, go and attack Arjuna and kill him with your weapon. He will take a resolve and come before Arjuna forget. The moment he comes there, he will forget. Because this blue diamond in front, it makes him forget. So anyway, not connected to this. So okay, so to that guru, he should ask and get this Atma Tattvam. So the disciple goes Bhakti Purassara Vachikaradhana Prakaram Dayaya Darshayati Bhagavan Jijñāsubhyaha. Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami says, how should you approach the master? How should you express your heart to Guru? Because see, Guru is storing this treasure not in his intellect. He is not storing this treasure in his senses or even mind. He is storing this treasure in his heart. That means in his own self. So if you have to get that, you have to know the key with which you can open his heart, not the intellect or other centers. So that can be done only by bhakti. No other way. So bhakti is the only key with which you can just... There are some doors where you have to just appear before the door, it will open. Your face is there. So like that, with bhakti, the person has to open that door. So here the disciple, Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami says, Vachika Aradhana. How is he worshipping the Guru? He is worshipping the Guru, as we said yesterday, even Muruganar, they all worshipped Bhagavan with Vachikam, with words. So here, how should one worship? This is being revealed by Shankaracharya. Instead of saying Shankaracharya, Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami says Bhagavan. In North India, they don't say Shankaracharya. In Kerala only they say Shankara. And also sometimes Shankaran. Shankaran Paranyu, they will say, as if he is somebody who studied in school with them. Irreverential people. So, north you go, in Uttarakhand they say Bhagavan Bhashyakara. So, Bhagavan Bhashyakara. So, here Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami says, Darshayati Bhagavan Jijñāsubhyaha. Swamin Namaste. This sloka also we saw. I am just reading that. Swamin Namaste Nataloka Bandho Karunya Sindho Patitam Bhavabdho Mamuddharatmiya Kataksha Drishtyam Rijvyati Karunya Sutha Bhivrishyam. O Lord, I prostrate to you. You are my only relative, Nataloka Bandho, Karunya Sindho. I have fallen into this samsara samudra. Patitam bhavabdhav, this ocean of confusion, this ocean of desires, this ocean of action, this ocean of conflict, this ocean of jealousy, anger, sorrow. So, Mamuddhara, lift me from here. By your divine glance, lift me from here. Bhagavan also tells Arunachala, Nokkiye karudime takkiye pakkuvam akkini andarul Arunachala. Arunachala, look at me, bestow your glance on me, and when needed, give me hit, beating. Pakkuvamakki, by molding me, Andu Arul Arunachala. After that, bestow your grace. So, Durvara Samsara Davagni Taptam. I am being roasted in the blazing forest fire of ignorance. So, and misfortune also. I want to come to satsanga, some problem comes, I am not able to come. Many people used to say, want to come to satsanga, that day when we get ready, get out of the house, close the door, gust comes. And you feel they are ghost. Why did they come now? They have come here as Bhuta. Because I am going to satsanga, some obstruction has come. This is misfortune. So, Durvara Samsara Davagni Taptam. Sometimes your mind is the greatest obstacle. You want to listen, come to satsanga, sit here. And the person sitting near you disturbs you. Or something in the talk disturbs you. Or the fan is making too much noise, disturbs you. Some misfortune, something. So, Bhitam Bhagavan, I am afraid. Bhayam. Bhitam Prapannam, I have surrendered to you completely. See, till this word comes, teacher will not teach. Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam. In Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna says, Prapanna, Prapatti, I have unconditional surrender. I have surrendered to you, Bhagavan. Anushadhimam, give me your Anushasanam. Teach me the discipline of yoga or jnanam. So, Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam, Bhitam Prapannam Paripahi, rescue me, Mrityoho from death. Sharanyamanyadhyadaham najani, I have not found any other refuge. Saying this, the disciple surrenders to the Acharya. And here, very beautiful verse. Shankaracharya is giving all his poetical excellence here. He is not only a great jnani, a mystic, a yogi, but was also one of the greatest poet that Sanskrit language has ever seen. Incomparable poet. Sometimes people used to say, even in certain places you can say, even Kalidasa will bow down. Nothing can be done. When he was only 5 years old, he sang such beautiful poetry. Angam harehe pulaka bhushanam ashrayanti bhringanganeva mukula bharanam tamalam. Who can imagine? 5-year-old boy. So, such great poetry. So here, in this verse, Bhagavad Pada speaks about Jīvanmuktas. The liberated beings who move from place to place, not at all stopping anywhere. They Suryavad Charanti, as Bhagavata puts that, like the sun spreading, emanating light, like that a Jīvanmukta, a liberated being, moves about in this world. Wherever he goes, there is light. So, about such a Mahatma, Acharya speaks here. Shantaha Mahantaha Nivasanti Santaha Vasantavat Lokahitam Charantaha Tirnaha Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam Janan Ahetunanyana Pitarayantaha. Suddenly Shankaracharya, we feel he felt the greatness of such beings. You see, why a guru is expected to have no work? Because he should be constantly working. If he has his personal work to do, he will not be available for the world. He has no personal work to do, no place to reach also. Yatra sayantanaha grihaha. Bhagavata says, where he reaches evening, that is his home. That way they move about. No place to reach, nothing to achieve, nothing to attain. In this way they move. And what is their speciality? First quality is Shantaha. You can see very well, make out, they have attained real peace. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna constantly speaks this, peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. That peace, Shanti. Shantaha. Upashanto yamatma. That Shanti is Brahman. That Shanti is Atma. Shanti is Jnanam. Shanti is our Swarupa, our real nature. Shanti is Shiva. Shantam Shivam Advaitam. Shanti is Advaita. So in a Jīvanmukta, the first visible thing is that Shanti. Then large-hearted, magnanimous, Mahanta. Of course, a jnani should be like that, but it's just a joy of telling all the qualities, that's all. Otherwise, he is a Jīvanmukta, but very petty-minded. That is impossible. That is not possible. So, just you go on narrating the Mahatmyam. Shantaha Mahantaha, large-hearted. They can accommodate the entire universe in their heart. Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Ekanidam. Upanishad says the entire universe is like one family, one branch in that tree. So, Shantaha Mahantaha. People ask, the funniest thing is, in talks with Bhagavan, Ramana Maharshi, you see some person goes to Bhagavan, Bhagavan, you have been living in Tiruvannamalai for so many years. Have you ever met any jnanis? This happens. Even to Bhagavan they ask. So, even if you see, Pashyanna pichana pashyati mudaha. Even when you can see, it is not, you are not able to see. So, people have always doubt whether it is possible nowadays. People say, is it possible that nowadays can there be Mahatmas, Jnanis? See, Jnanam is not about this day or that day, olden day or modern day. It is not a product of the time. It is the very nature of the self, so it can manifest anywhere, anytime. Nothing can obstruct it because it is your real nature. Any time, you cannot say when it will open up. So, Nivasanti Santa. Acharya says, there are. Always, it is present tense. Nivasanti Santa. There are jnanis, there are saints, there are, at least whether you take it jnani or realized or enlightened, there are people who have really attained peace. Simple definition. Don't bother about whether he is a realized person, jnani, enlightened. One person asked Bhagavan about liberation, mukti. Bhagavan put a bombshell. He said the very question of mukti is inadmissible. He said, what? Bhagavan, mukti is your swarupa. It is the very nature of the self. It's Atma Swarupa. So for a mukta, there is no mukta. Everyone is mukta. Everyone is liberated, eternally liberated. No bondage at all. Niravarana drishti. So, Shanta Mahantaha Nivasanti Santaha. There are Santaha. There are the Sant, saint. See, these words also look same. Nivasanti Santaha. Vasantavat Lokahitam Charantaha. Bhagavad Pada says they are like spring season. Wherever they go, flowers bloom. Again I am going to Purana, that Hanuman went to Lanka to see Sita, and he was running, a small monkey running inside the flower garden, and his body had so much hairs, and in that all the flowers got stuck up, and he was like a flower ball, big flower ball running inside the garden. And the Devatas there, Valmiki says, all the Devatas there, they thought Vasanta Kala has come in this form. Vasanta iti menire. Pushpamayam, Vasanta iti menire. They thought this Vasanta has come in this small form. So like that, wherever this Guru goes, he is like Vasanta Kala. His fragrance of his Atma Anubhuti, fragrance of his realization is around him. It is around him. Abhido Brahmanirvanam Vartate Viditatmana. Gita, there is a verse which says Viditatma, one who has known the Atma, Abhitaha, around him, everywhere around him. Brahmanirvanam Vartate, that Brahmanirvanam is palpable. Presence is palpable. That is why even not literate people, educated people also intuitively recognize a Jīvanmukta. So, Vasantavat Lokahitam Charantaha. They move about in the world for what? Lokahitam. Not Lokapriyam. Priyam is different. Priyam means what you like. Hitam means what is good for you. Priyam means go on distributing sweet, sugar. Hitam is what is good for you. So for the sake of well-being of all, for the sake of everyone's ultimate good, the Jnani is moving about from one place to another. Vasantavat Lokahitam Charantaha. They go on walking, reaching every corner possible, or as the Shakti of Bhagavan takes them, like that. So you cannot say that this is a rule that they are walking. No. Their life after that, Bhagavan tells one place, the moment a person attains Jnanam, his ego is no more there. And a Mahashakti catches hold of his body and works through him. He becomes like possessed by the divine. So that force is making him active in the world. So, Vasantavat Lokahitam Charantaha, for the good of all, good of many, Bahujana Sukaya, Bahujana Hitaya. For the Sukha of all, for the good of all, he moves about. Tirnaha Swayam, they have already crossed the ocean of samsara. They have already crossed the ocean of samsara. Bhima Bhavarnabam, the terrible ocean of samsara. The dreadful ocean of limitation they have crossed. Ahetuna, without any cause, without expecting anything. The only thing perhaps he expects is food, bhiksha. Every day we do bhiksha vandanam. This is simply a symbolic thing. For a sannyasi has to take bhiksha, so traditionally this bhiksha is given, it's just a symbol. But when one moves about, what is expected is bhiksha. is bhiksha. So, other than that, he is not expecting anything from the world. Ahetuna, without any cause, anyana pitarayantaha. He helps others to cross this terrible ocean of samsara. So, very famous verse this is. Shanta mahantaha nivasanti santaha vasantavallokahitam charantaha tirna swayam bhima bhavarnavam janan ahetuna anyana pitarayantaha. Such great beings, they are needed. When necessary, you will come in contact with them. Bhagavata says, you cannot attain realization by austerity. You cannot attain realization by selfless work. You cannot attain realization by studying the Shastras simply. You can attain realization by utilizing all these, provided you take the dust of a realized saint. Dust. Vina mahatpada rajobhishekam. You do abhishekam with the rajas. So much importance is given for that. So they move about from one place to another giving this jnanam. Why should they do that? The Purva Paksha. Why should they do that? Why not stay in one place? If possible, close the cave. Swami Vivekananda says, one thing that my master told me, now I find that is the greatest teaching. He says that Ramakrishna has told me that if a person has really attained, and if he keeps himself closed inside a cave and covers the door of that cave with a big rock, then also his realization will penetrate the rocks and come out and spread over the world, all over the world. It has so much power. So whether they walk and speak or whether they keep quiet, the realization of a sage spreads out. It pervades. Whoever deserves to get it, they will get it. So, he cannot be otherwise. His very existence is for that. So, ayam swabhava swatayeva yat par. அது ரெண்டும் பிரிக்க முடியாது. நான் இங்கே பிரிக்காமல் சொல்கிறேன். அயம் ஸ்வபாவஸ்வதயேவ யத் பர ஸ்ரமாபனோத பிரவணம் மகாத்மனாம். சுதாம் சுரேஷ ஸ்வயமர்க்க கர்க்கஷः. பிரபா அங்கேயும் பிரிக்க முடியாது. ஸ்வயம் அர்க்க கர்க்கஷ பிரபா அபிதப்த தப்தாம் அவதிக்ஷிதிம் கில. Long compound sentence. Samas. Ayam swabhava. This is the nature. He cannot be otherwise. It is his nature. Swatayeva, naturally. Yet parashramaapanoda pravanam. Other person is struggling, other person is suffering. He cannot bear. When he is looking at the other person, he feels sad about it. Why should he suffer like this? So he does the help, renders the help in his own way. See, when Shankaracharya went to Kashi, was walking the street, he saw a very old scholar repeating grammar lessons. And compassion came out as firing. Compassion came out and he said, "You fool, wasting your life like this. You are already old, don't you see that vehicle is already there, Yamaha. That god of death is already there waiting. wasting your life repeating this Dukrinya Karane, Dukrinya Karane. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. It's compassion, Karuna. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte, Sannihite, Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Dukrinya Karane. And each verse is Karuna. Each verse he says, don't waste your life, don't waste your life. So this is Karuna. So why should that Karuna come out? Shankaracharya in another place he says, I do not know why I am telling you this. Sattachit sukharupam asti satatam naham nachatvam risha nedam vapi jagat pratrishtam akhilam nasti iti janihi bhoho yat proktam karunavashat. He says, why I uttered this? He says, my dear child, that existence, awareness, pure consciousness alone exists. Neither you exist, nor I exist, nor this world exists. In that substratum, this arises, remains and disappears. Nothing actually exists. I don't know why I even utter these words. Some compassion, some force of compassion is forcing me to speak. Otherwise, I would have kept quiet also. So, yat proktam karuna vashat tvayimaya tat satyame tat sputam. This is absolute truth. Shraddhat swanaka, my dear sinless child, pure child. Please listen to this. Shuddha buddhirasi chet matrastute. Do not please doubt this. Because this will rescue you. If you take this, this will rescue you completely. So take this completely. So this is Karuna. Ayam Swabhavaha. This is the nature of a Jnani, a Mahatma, that he goes to all his way to the disciple to teach him. Paraya shramapanoda pravanam. The other person is suffering. So go to him. Let him get this teaching. Let him let him attain peace, shanti. Somehow, let good happen to him. For this, the teacher is walking. Shankaracharya walked all his life, right from Himalayas to Kanyakumari, from Kanyakumari to this side Gujarat and on that side, every corner he walked. Whole nation he walked. Why? And Buddha at least walked only in that Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, that area. Shankaracharya walked entire Bharatavarsha, where many places. And you can see even villages, they say Shankaracharya came here. In this village, Shankaracharya came here. Why should they do all these things? Bhagavan, when he was speaking to N.R. Krishnamurti Iyer, Bhagavan says, Shankaracharya had no time to remain even absorbed in samadhi. He attained jnanam when he was only 11 years old, and he just erased his body, annihilated his body in the work. By the time he was 32, over. Swami Vivekananda says, many letters he writes, I will not see 40. They were aware of it. But let the body be destroyed for the well-being of others, because for them it doesn't matter. Let others have this jnanam by which they can have peace. So, parashramaapanoda pravanam, this is their tendency. Sudhamshuhu eshaha, swayamarka karkashaha. Moon is called as neck. nectarine effulgent thing. Its effulgence, its light is nectar. Of course, in Paurnami you see night, that light, very cool, very soothing. But the poet says he is receiving the terrific heat of sun on his body and giving out this cool moonlight. So like that, Sudham Shuresha Swayam Arka Karkashaha, scorched by the flaming rays of the sun. On the other side, he is bathing us with his cool light. With his cool moonlight. So like that, the jnani, to attain jnanam, he suffers a lot. He goes through great chiseling, moulding, burning. After that, he feels, let not others have all this trouble. Let them escape. And the world, sometimes they will say, that person has no other work to do, blah blah. So they will not listen also. So this is, Bhagavad Pada says, is very nature. So the disciple, actually this is all verses of praise. The disciple is telling Guru, and he says, oh Bhagavan, give me that great teaching by which I will attain Shanti. Give me that great teaching by which I will realize my real nature. Next verse. Brahmananda rasanubhuti kalitaihi putaihi sushitair yutaihi युष्मद्वाक् कलशोज्झितैः श्रुतिसुखैः वाक्यामृतैः सेचया सन्तप्तं भवतापदावदहनज्वालाभिरेणुं प्रभो धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षणक्षणगतेः पात्रीकृताः स्वीकृताः மைக்கில்லையா சும்மா வச்சுட்டு. All these verses are, to make the teacher speak. So much bhakti the disciple says, give me that teaching, because this thirst is necessary. That longing for the teaching is necessary. To the extent you have that longing, to that extent the teaching will taste, the bhakti will come, ananda will come. And the taste comes from something else also. Somewhere I read Nisargadatta Maharaj's words where he says, enlightenment is already there within you, but for you to recognize it, you have to face the other extreme, that is suffering. So much of suffering you went through, then everything tastes divine. Yah karnanadim purushasya yataha bhavapradam geharatim chinatti. Bhagavata says, when it enters the nerve current through the ears, it goes to the heart center and cuts the knots of ignorance. So, Here the disciple is telling the teacher, by your words, Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi. Your words are full of Brahmananda, the bliss of Brahman, bliss of Ananda of Brahman. Elixir of bliss of Brahman. Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi, Putaihi, very purified. Sushitaihi, very cool, because I have been burnt by samsara. Our body is like a pressure cooker. So much cooking, so much suffering, suffocation. So the person goes to the master and says, Yushmat Vak Kalashojjitaihi. Your words, your mouth is like a kalasha, like a vessel from where this nectar flows out. Shruti Sukaihi. When I hear that, oh, it's so soothing. The brain comes to great rest. The mind becomes peaceful. There is great joy arising within. Oh Lord, please pour that cool Amrita, nectar. Santaptam bhavatapa vadhanaj, the fire of bhavatapa, samsara tapa. I have been burnt by that, O Lord. Dhanyaha te, they are indeed blessed. Bhavadikshana kshanagatehe patri kritaha, those who are being accepted by you, those who are being seen by you, even for a moment. Patri kritaha svikritaha. The disciple feels so much gratitude, grateful, that the Mukta Purusha, a Jnani, has blessed him, has given him his grace. So here he says, give me that teaching by which I will also attain Brahma Jnanam. My real nature I will recognize. I will come to know that I am not this ego, this body. I am that Sachidananda Swarupa. That Shanti is my real nature. Revealed to me this teaching, says Bhagavad-pada, and whoever gets that, they are really blessed. Dhanyaha. The disciple after attainment says, Dhanyam, Dhanyam, Tridhanyam. My life is blessed, blessed, thrice blessed. Tridhanyam. Nothing to worry, nothing to achieve, nowhere to go. Praptavyam nasti, kartavyam nasti, jnatavyam nasti. Nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to attain, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve. All this struggle over. Great peace has descended. So the disciple says that Dhanyaha te bhavati kshana kshanagatehe patrikritaha svikritaha. Those who are patrikrita, those who have become vessel to receive, they have the vessel to receive. And svikrita, those who are accepted by you, they are really blessed. So this is the beginning of the teaching. Now the disciple is going to put the question, how will I cross this samsara samudra? What is the method? How will I put an end to this buffoon life? In Thirupugal, Arunagirinathar says, Komali Valkai. Komali means buffoon. He says கோமாளி வாழ்க்கை. என்னது வெறும் வழியான வெறுவழி, அசட்டு வெறுவழி. This foolish path, he says, this samsara, he says ashattu veruvali means the foolish path which leads you nowhere. Go round and round, you come to the same place. Peyun nadathu komali vaalkai, this foolish life. So this is the disciples proclamation of his joy, of his feeling blessed. Tomorrow we will continue 2 more days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday we will Shankaramadam Tamil Satsangam. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.